When you first launch Intralism, you are greeted by the tutorial. It starts off simply enough, but by the end of it, you may end up more confused than when you started. The tutorial tells you to hit the arcs in the center of the crosshair, but it's so hard when you switch your playstyle between each section of the tutorial. Surely this can't be the only way to play Intralism, right? Hello, Flying Rabbit Unicorn Pig here, and this is Welcome to Intralism, a video series to help you learn the ins and outs of Intralism. If there's a topic of the game you would like me to cover, please ask in a comment below and I'll see what I can do. In this video, we'll be covering different playstyles for Intralism that you should totally not use. Just don't, please. In the last video, I discussed different playstyles using the keyboard set firmly on your desk, but I also hinted at other ways to play the game. Controllers, chopsticks, whatever. The most noticeable contrast between these goofy styles is that many styles will use the keyboard in a gimmicky way, while many other styles don't use the keyboard at all. I'll be going over uncommon styles in this video. Styles that you should seriously not consider using unless you just want to goof around and have fun. I'll discuss the pros and cons of each, and yada yada blah blah some shit about how I don't come up with the style's name, but whatever, let's just get started. Keyboard styles will use the keyboard.
Duh.
Usually using a normal style, but in some unusual way. Some players will play with one finger. Others will hit the keys using a non-finger object. Others will put the keyboard above their head, or hold the keyboard like a platter dish. Even though these styles still use the keyboard, they're still pretty unique and varied, and people are just getting started. For the first style, we have the not-so-obvious style of the extended appendage style. For this style, you need at least one long object, one that will extend your reach. The goal of this style is to act like your keyboard has the fucking Black Plague. You don't want to catch that shit, but you still need to play Intralism. You're addicted. Your family and friends tell you to stop, that you need to go out of your room at least once a week. They tell you to stop shitting in your trash can, but they don't stop you. They won't dare try to stop you. Not after the incident. But they can try and slow you down. That's why your keyboard now has the bubonic plague on it, but you still need to play Intralism, so spoons will have to do. You can use spoons, chopsticks, pencils, anything skinny and long will work well, but make sure it won't break under the pressure. Rain is the only player who plays like this because he's the only one with a crazy family who infects his keyboard with the plague. The next style is keyboard lift. This time, the plague is on your desk, not on the keyboard, so you gotta lift that shit super high away from the disease. Whether that's just a foot or two off the ground, holding the keyboard in one hand while you play with the other, or putting the keyboard on top of your head and balancing like that. You just don't want the keyboard to touch the desk. Again, Rayan is the only keyboard lift player. Again, because of crazy family and the plague. This final style doesn't require for your desk or keyboard to be infected with the plague, and in fact you can actually physically touch both your desk and the keyboard if you need to. This is the one finger style, where you can use a single finger to hit arcs. Makai and Pruzolix play with this style, because fuck you, they can do whatever they want. For non-keyboard styles, we have the obvious, console controller style. Whether that's a PlayStation controller, Xbox 360 controller, a GameCube controller, or a Steam controller. Maybe a Wiimote. Your smartphone streaming Intralism through the Steam Link app. A DVI cable. A copy of Octopath Traveler for the Nintendo Switch. Or a homebrewed Nintendo Switch streaming Intralism through an unofficial Steam Link third-party app. Everyone should use one of these options to play the game. It has no cons. It is competitively viable. Everyone except you plays like this. You don't need to use one of the traditional controllers either. You could also use a specialized controller, like a steering wheel, a flight stick, maybe the Kinect motion sensor. These aren't as competitively viable, but they still give you a huge advantage over keyboard styles. Trust me, I'm ranked 5 in the world. I know what I'm talking about. Finally, but certainly not least, we have mouse styles, both one-handed and two-handed. These are only for the bravest of warriors, or for OS players who are experiencing homesickness. Right now, players have only used buttons on the mouse to play Intralism, but people have discussed on making it possible to play Intralism using mouse motions. Rayan has played with this style, because of course he has, but so has Seymour Glass, using two hands, one-upping Rayan. Rayan got plastic surgery to build a third arm, to one-up Seymour Glass, but unfortunately, that footage was lost in the war. Many historians believe this series of events was the true start of the Glass-Ryanian Wars, and the start of Intralism's downfall. Press F. Press F to pay your respects to all those who were lost during the Glass-Ryanian Wars. Why did you two have to do this? Why? Phew, that was a lot of styles. Glad this shit is finally over. Sorry this video wasn't as serious. I originally planned for this to be somewhat serious, but then when I was writing the script, it just DK bongo drums. Did you really think I was gonna leave these out? This is why you're watching, because of the bongos. The bongos speak to me. They read minds. They know what you're thinking. And you're thinking? Bongo drums. Well, here you fucking go. Bongo drums and Intralism?